Welcome to Hero Villains. What do you think happens when Magneto faces off against Manchester Black, two of the most masterful manipulators, wielding both mental and physical power at the most terrifying levels? On one side stands the master of magnetism, a survivor of the Holocaust, a fanatical protector of mutant kind, a being capable of manipulating the entire magnetosphere and ripping the adamantium atoms right out of Wolverine's body, Magneto. On the other is the government insurgent, Britain's psychic bad boy, whose telepathic power is so terrifying he once convinced Superman he was having a heart attack, the man who single-handedly defeated the entire authority, Manchester Black. When the Master of Magnetism clashes with the Lord of the Mind, when an indomitable will confronts an entity that can rewrite that very will, who will survive? A young Jewish boy in 1940s Poland, a boy named Max Eisenhardt, witnessed his entire family brutally murdered by Nazis in concentration camps. It was inside the crematorium fires of Auschwitz, where all hope was incinerated, that his latent mutant power awakened as a desperate survival instinct. He did not merely lose his family, he lost his faith in humanity. He learned one brutal, eternal lesson. Tolerance is an illusion, and survival comes only through absolute power. From the ashes of the past, Magnus rose not as a hero, but as a conqueror. He took the name Magneto and declared himself the protector of a new species, Homo Superior. He sees in mankind a recurring pattern of hatred and destruction, and he has sworn that history will not repeat itself for mutants. He will do whatever is necessary, even if it means becoming the very monster he once despised, to protect his own kind. Magneto is the absolute master of magnetic field manipulation and one of the most powerful mutants in existence. Initially classified as an alpha-level mutant, following countless achievements and feats that shattered every conceivable limit, Magneto has been officially recognized as an Omega-level mutant. This title confirms that his power has reached an absolute pinnacle. No higher classification exists within the mutant ranking system. With his overwhelming power, Magneto has always been regarded as one of the most fearsome symbols of power and an adversary whom even the mightiest characters must treat with utmost caution. Magneto's control over magnetic fields has reached a virtually limitless level. He can reverse the flow of iron in an opponent's blood, rendering the victim utterly incapable of resistance. By will alone, Magneto can lift an entire massive mountain off the ground while maintaining absolute stability. He can even sense the magnetic field lines encompassing the whole Earth while situated millions of light years away from the planet. During one period stranded in another galaxy, Magneto used Earth's own magnetic field lines to pull himself back within a single day, demonstrating his ability to manipulate magnetism on a cosmic scale. Magneto's power is not merely confined to controlling metal. It extends to the subatomic level, enabling him to manipulate the structure of matter with extraordinary precision. He can effortlessly melt the hardest metals in the universe while simultaneously creating exceptionally durable magnetic force fields capable of blocking Dazzler's light-based attack. Magneto has destroyed armor specifically designed to withstand the explosive force of a nuclear bomb, demonstrating that his power far exceeds conventional military standards. More remarkably, he has twice defeated Apocalypse without using any metal to his advantage. In clashes with the Phoenix Force, Magneto has not only proven capable of inflicting injury, but has also brought the entity down by channeling an enormously powerful electromagnetic pulse directly into its body. Furthermore, his unwavering will and energy control allow him to repel telepathic assaults from Emma Frost, proving that Magneto possesses not only devastating destructive power, but also indomitable spirit and will. Magneto wields absolute control over all forms of magnetism, turning this power into one of the most formidable abilities ever to exist, manipulating the entire electromagnetic spectrum to produce a vast array of effects ranging from microscopic to planetary scale. One of the most impressive demonstrations of this is Magneto maintaining the structural stability of the detached head of a massive celestial, showcasing a nearly absolute precision in his magnetic energy control. He's also manipulated an entire planet's electromagnetic field to pull a colossal mass of metal, carrying Kitty Pryde as it drifted through space, light years from Earth, back home. Magneto's power has, at at many points been assessed as sufficient to rival the Phoenix itself. He has used magnetism to halt entire mighty armies, raise colossal islands from the ocean floor to the surface, move massive mountain ranges, alter the courses of rivers, and trigger geological upheavals capable of causing earthquakes and global-scale cataclysms. Magneto has also emitted an electromagnetic pulse that blanketed the entire Earth, plunging widespread technological systems into paralysis and creating devastating consequences. Even more astonishingly, he can perform multiple different magnetic manipulations simultaneously while maintaining absolute precision. In just seconds, Magneto can fully assemble an extremely complex machine by controlling each individual component with near-perfect accuracy. Magneto is also renowned for his virtually impenetrable magnetic force field system. He continuously maintains an invisible force field around his body, providing automatic self-protection even when not actively entering combat. This defensive layer is strong enough to withstand attacks from the mightiest warriors, such as Thor with Mjolnir, Hercules, or Spider-Man when empowered by the Unipower. In one confrontation, Magneto's force field successfully withstood coordinated attacks from Thor and She-Hulk simultaneously while remaining stable. The shield has also endured a direct hit from a nuclear warhead at the epicenter of the blast, absorbed massive energy streams from Cyclops, Havoc, Iron Man, Doctor Doom, and a Unipower-enhanced Spider-Man. It has even stopped a Russian cannon designed to punch through planets and successfully withstood an energy outburst from a Phoenix Force host in a state of fury. His force field also protects his body against extreme heat from lava, the Human Torch's flames, high-intensity thermal explosions, Ghost Rider's hellfire, and even plasma rounds, with temperatures far exceeding the surface of the Sunday. When traveling through outer space, Magneto can generate a sealed force field containing a breathable atmosphere, enabling him to operate in a vacuum for extended periods without any supportive equipment. Magneto can reinforce the metallic fibers within his costume by increasing magnetic field density, transforming ordinary fabric into armor with durability nearly equivalent to adamantium. He can directly endure powerful punches from opponents possessing superhuman physical strength, like Namor or Colossus, while still maintaining combat readiness. Magneto can also project immensely powerful electromagnetic rays and pulses to attack targets from a distance. These energy streams are powerful enough to destroy both metallic and non-metallic materials, while inflicting serious injuries on opponents with extraordinary durability. He has used this ability to completely incapacitate Storm, bring down Iron Man with a single attack, obliterate an enormous mountain, and crack the formidable armor of Holocaust. Apocalypse once observed that Magneto's power is not merely about moving along magnetic field lines, but involves interacting with and controlling the entire magnetic field network within his surroundings. This assessment was later confirmed by Beast and Mr. Sinister during their collaboration to rescue Mystique from Apocalypse's manipulation. Another aspect of Magneto's power is his ability to affect the iron present inside the human body. Although a healthy adult has only about 2.5 grams of iron in their blood and the remaining iron within the body is minuscule, Magneto can still manipulate this tiny amount of metal to influence blood circulation, particularly the iron-rich blood flow to the brain, thereby inflicting dangerous effects upon his opponent. His most famous feat remains using magnetism to rip all the adamantium bonded to Wolverine's skeleton clean out. Magneto has also spent many years training to counter opponents who possess telepathic abilities. He can resist mental intrusions even while in an unconscious state. This training method shares many similarities with the program. Professor X once taught the X-Men and New Mutants, but Magneto has further enhanced its effectiveness through his unwavering will, his specialized helmet, and his own electromagnetic manipulation abilities. I truly hope you will. Subscribe to the channel, it would help us tremendously, and you are the absolute best. Thank you so very much. Now let's talk about Manchester Black. He is the brainchild of modern Britain, a street punk with a razor blade hidden in his mouth and a brain that is a weapon of mass destruction. He is the leader of the Elite, a group of anti-establishment superhumans who believe the only way to punish crime is to kill the criminal. Manchester Black is one of the most dangerous and powerful psychics in existence. He possesses telepathic abilities and telekinesis at an extraordinarily high level, sufficient to confront the mightiest heroes like Superman and Superboy head-on. Relying not solely on raw power, Manchester Black combines a razor-sharp intellect with exceptional psychic control to create an overwhelming advantage in every battle. It is this very combination of mental strength and tactical flexibility that makes him one of the most unpredictable adversaries Superman has ever faced. Manchester Black's telekinetic ability reaches an astonishing level. He can affect targets of enormous mass without any physical movement whatsoever. During one clash with Superman, Manchester Black easily halted his heat vision before using his psychic power to send the Man of Steel hurtling hundreds of meters away with a single thought. This degree of precise control was also demonstrated when he used his invisible force to sever Frankenstein's hand, proving that his power possesses not only immense destructive force but also exceptionally high precision. Even when facing opponents with vastly superior physicality, Manchester Black remains more than capable of overwhelming them with his mental power. Beyond his offensive capabilities, Manchester Black can also generate remarkably durable invisible force fields from his psychic energy. These shielding layers are strong enough to directly withstand attacks of enormous force, as well as weapons fire from the Bride of Frankenstein. This defensive ability allows him to maintain an advantage against adversaries, possessing overwhelming physical strength, while simultaneously creating opportunities to counterattack the moment a weakness is revealed. Thanks to his high-precision force field control, Manchester Black can defend and attack almost simultaneously, making it extremely difficult for opponents to get close. Manchester Black also uses his telekinetic power to fly freely without any supportive equipment. He can change direction instantly, maintain perfect balance, and fight with flexibility in a three-dimensional environment. However, Manchester Black's most terrifying ability remains his telepathy. He can penetrate the minds of his opponents, read thoughts, extract memories, and gather fiercely guarded information. Manchester Black read his mind and successfully uncovered Clark Kent's secret identity. This feat demonstrates that Manchester Black's psychic power is strong enough to pierce through even the most formidable mental barriers. Manchester Black possesses the ability to create psychic illusions at an extremely dangerous level, allowing him to directly influence others' perception and make them believe that the images he generates are completely real. In one confrontation with Superman and Superboy, Manchester Black made both of them believe their tree was still burning, even though the actual flames had long been extinguished. He also conjured the image of Superboy's dead cat right before his eyes, inflicting a severe psychological shock and shaking the opponent's emotions. These illusions do not merely deceive sight, they also affect sensation, thought, and psychological response, making it extremely difficult for victims to distinguish between reality and what Manchester Black has fabricated. Manchester Black can also dominate minds and seize complete control over the actions of others. He once infiltrated Superboy's mind and forced him to attack his own allies, demonstrating the extreme danger of this mind manipulation ability. However, controlling individuals with strong wills or possessing immense power appears to demand greater concentration from Manchester Black and consumes a significant amount of his psychic energy. One of Manchester Black's most unique abilities is the power to separate his soul from his physical body. He typically employs this method only as a last resort, when he believes his body is about to be destroyed or can no longer be preserved. Once existing in a disembodied spiritual form, Manchester Black can possess the body of another host and exert complete control over that host's every action. Remarkably, this ability appears to have no definitive time limit, enabling him to maintain possession for a very long duration unless forcibly expelled. In a desperate situation, he once possessed the body of a cow to continue his existence and avoid total annihilation. Manchester Black has also displayed signs of perceiving the fourth wall, having repeatedly spoken directly to readers, indicating that his awareness extends beyond the conventional framework of a comic book character. After being reconstructed and resurrected, Manchester realized that his psychic power could affect existence itself to a certain degree. Initially, he could only render his psychic illusions tangible and exert a stronger influence over the physical world. However, once fully restored in both body and physical organs, Manchester Black's power ascended to a higher level, enabling him to directly intervene with reality and alter surrounding elements using his enhanced psychic strength. Manchester Black doesn't just create images, he manufactures a multi-sensory experience. His victims will see, hear, smell, taste, and feel those illusions. As previously mentioned with Superman, he constructed a false reality so immensely complex that it perfectly deceived a being capable of seeing the entire electromagnetic spectrum and hearing sounds from galaxies away. This proves that his ability to infiltrate and restructure perception is absolute. Manchester Black's telekinetic power is also exceptionally formidable. He can generate psychic shields strong enough to block immensely powerful physical and energy attacks, fly at high speeds, and launch assaults of pure psychic energy. More terrifyingly, he can wield telekinesis at a microscopic level inside an opponent's body. He can pinch blood vessels in the brain, inducing simulated strokes, or simply crush an opponent's heart from within. Unlike Xavier, who is bound by morality, Manchester Black has no stopping point. He will immediately employ the most ruthless, most effective tactic to finish off an opponent. He cares nothing for fairness or honor. He cares only about victory. This is a battle of invisible forces, where the winner will be the one who seizes control of the opponent's reality. The clash between the Master of Magnetism and the Mind Manipulator will be a brutal game of chess unfolding in the blink of an eye. Magneto's psychic shield, reinforced by his helmet, has blocked Professor X, an Omega-level psychic entity whose power can connect with every mind on the planet. So, can it block Manchester Black? Xavier's psychic power, in terms of reach and subtlety, is considered the pinnacle in the Marvel Universe. Magneto's ability to resist Xavier serves as empirical proof that his defense is not merely against a specific psychic frequency, but rather a mechanism that neutralizes external intrusion entirely. It functions like a Faraday cage for the mind, blocking the electromagnetic signals that psychics use to communicate with and manipulate the brain. Manchester Black's power belongs to an entirely different school. He is a rule breaker. His feat of deceiving Superman demonstrates that his ability transcends all conventional thresholds. He may not try to force his way through the front door. Instead, he will do what Xavier never did, launch a multifaceted assault, targeting not only Magneto's consciousness but also his nervous system and sensory perception. He doesn't need to read Magneto's thoughts if he can alter what Magneto sees and feels. Magneto's shield blocks intrusion, but it may not stop an external attack directed at the senses themselves. Manchester Black can bypass trying to read the mind. Instead, he will directly manipulate the visual and auditory signals inside Magneto's brain. He will make Magneto see non-existent enemies attacking from every direction. He will make Magneto hear the screams of innocent mutant children he failed to protect. He will conjure an illusion of Charles Xavier himself, young and healthy, arriving to condemn Magneto as a traitor to the cause. The goal of these illusions is not to deceive Magneto forever. The goal is to create a single moment of doubt. One split-second lapse in concentration. Magneto will be forced to react to phantom threats, while the real threat remains invisible. In terms of pure firepower, Magneto is vastly superior. Manchester Black's telekinesis is impressive, but it cannot compare to manipulating Earth's entire magnetosphere. Once Magneto pinpoints Black's location, he can end the fight instantly. He could drive an iron bar through Black's skull, or simply crush his body using his own leather jacket with its metal zippers. He could even create a sealed magnetic bubble around Black and drain the oxygen away. In combat, Manchester Black, arrogant by nature, would likely launch a mocking taunt and a direct psychic attack as his opening move. That strike would slam straight into Magneto's shield and shatter harmlessly. Magneto would retaliate immediately. An entire building's worth of metal around him would be ripped apart and hurled at Black like a meteor storm. Manchester Black, with his telekinetically enhanced reflexes, would generate a psychic shield to block the debris. He would recognize the lethal danger at once. He cannot win a war of attrition in firepower. He would shift tactics instantly. He would use his telekinesis to keep his distance and begin his sensory assault. He would vanish from Magneto's sight not by turning invisible, but by erasing his own image from his opponent's visual cortex. Magneto would find himself fighting in a virtual world. He would sense attacks coming from every direction, yet his magnetic field would detect nothing. He would immediately understand that he is being manipulated. But the moment he pauses to distinguish reality from illusion, that is the opening Manchester Black needs. Manchester Black would not try to control Magneto. He knows that is impossible. Instead, he would deploy his most terrifying weapon, counterfeit empathy. He would project one final illusion, an illusion that does not attack. It might be the image of his daughter Wanda with agonized eyes, asking why her father couldn't save her. Or it might be an image of a young Magneto himself, standing in the striped prisoner's uniform of Auschwitz, staring at him with utter disappointment. This blow is not aimed at the psychic shield. It is aimed at the heart and soul of the man inside the armor. The silence of the magnetic shield detecting no physical threat would only make the illusion more ruthlessly real. In that 1/1,000,000th of a second of profound wavering and anguish, Magneto's psychic shield would not weaken, but his focus would, and that is all Manchester Black needs. He would channel his full telekinetic power not to crush a body protected by magnetism, but to constrict the synapses and blood vessels inside Magneto's very brain. Manchester Black would deliver the killing blow from within. In the battle between an iron will and absolute chaos, chaos has won. Manchester Black is the last one standing. This victory is not an assertion that his power is greater than Magneto's, it is an assertion that his tactics are perfectly tailored to counter this opponent. Magneto is a tank, an impenetrable flying fortress. Manchester Black is a virus, a phantom that can slip through every gap in the armor. And that is our conclusion. Manchester Black, the psychic villain, will triumph over Magneto, the master of magnetism. Let us know your thoughts by commenting below. Do you stand with Iron Will or Psychic Chaos? If you crave epic showdowns and in-depth analysis, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss the next cosmic battle. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again in the battles to come. That's today's video. Thank you very much.